Well, South African politicians certainly provide a plentiful source of satire. I mean, comedians like Peter Dirk Uys and cartoonists like Jonathan Shapiro Zapiro have been mining that source for many years. But over the past week, we've had a bumper dose of what I would call extreme folly and ridiculous political behavior, which I'm sure you're all very well aware of. I've just started to wonder whether David van Rooyen has yet applied to the Guinness Book of Records for registration as the finance minister with the shortest term in history. 4 days, just 4 days. You know, I think if I didn't laugh, I'd have to weep, because this is no real laughing matter. This mini economic meltdown that we've been subjected to over the past week or so is going to harm a lot of people, and it's going to harm the poorest of the poor more than anyone else, and the working majority, whether they work in the formal sector, the informal sector, whether unionized or non-unionized. And it's also going to harm, very definitely, the so-called middle class. They're the ones who will suffer. These are the people who have bonded houses and perhaps credit that allows them to live well beyond their means, which means that they've fallen for that illusion that they no longer are the sellers of labor. They're no longer workers. I think they're in for quite a reality check over the coming months, because the damaging effects of this debacle will last for many, many months. Yet the newly reappointed Finance Minister, Pravin Gordhan, says that what we had was only a miscalculation by President Jacob Zuma, who claims to have, and I quote him, if I can remember it exactly, listened to the people and responded to their views, to our views. This, Pravin Gordhan informs us, is an example of democracy in action. The people protested, the president listened, change followed. But this has nothing to do with fact. This is spin. And spin is really a polite term for when those in authority lie to us. However, what happened and how it was dealt with, how it was handled, also gives us an advantage, because it gives us an insight into how the system really works and how illusory is the idea of people's power. Do we actually have power? How much power do we have? Are we being conned? Was this spin, blatant lie, distortion of truth, or whatever? In any event, that is going to be the focus of my Inside Labour column this week, which you can access on this platform, Fin24, tomorrow, and a version of which will appear in the City Press on Sunday. Now, all of you, I'm sure, have opinions about this matter. I mean, look at the Twitterati, look at the social media. There are even bumper stickers being sold at street corners referring to what has been going on. So I'm sure you all have opinions. Exercise them. Send them to editor@fin24.com. That's editor@fin24.com. Your comments, your questions, your criticisms. We'd appreciate them all. And for this week, that's all from me. Cheers.